Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Overly Opunionated here. I have been away for a while, been moving houses, been dealing with a couple of personal issues, but today I present to you Shadowrun Hong Kong. This game is awesome. I am a huge fan of turn-based, combat games like that, and this is based off the Shadowrun role-playing game, tabletop game. Don't know a lot about that, but I've been meaning to play it for a while, so we're going to jump into this, do a new game here. I'm going to play on normal difficulty. This might end badly for me. I like these games, but I'm bad at them. So we're going to start off with character creation. Now, I am going to be male, because, let's have a look. Today, we are going to be playing, I say our best bet is to go with, let's go human. Give us the most things to work with. We're also going to go with no archetype, mainly because I like to build my character from scratch. Ooh, lots of pretty pictures. See, games like this, it always reminds me back into the Baldur's Gate era, Icewind Dale. Oh, that is, yeah, that'll do. That is absolutely perfect. But, yeah, I was a huge fan of those games back as a kid, and I feel, well, just right at home jumping into this. I've played quite a bit of it. I'm probably about halfway through the game on my own playthrough. So, we are going to build... There are many different things you can build here. You can have your mage characters, your shamans, you can build a monk if you really feel like it. But today, I am going to go with... Yeah, drone control. I feel like using drones. So I want to be an intelligent character. Oi. Intelligence 4, thank you. Give us some drones. Give us some ranks in drone combat. That should do. Let's go into our quickness. So quickness is for dodging bullets, making sure I don't get hit. I quite like the idea of not getting hit, personally. Yep, Class A drones, that sounds about right. We're quick, we're intelligent. I'm going to give me some ranged combat, so I'm not completely useless outside of my drone. And there we are. I forgot health. That was very smart of me. Okay, let's reduce that a little. There are some basic minimums you want to meet while creating your character. Just so that you have an easier time in the game. Mainly, make sure your health is decent. You won't need more than body 4 from what I've managed to find out. Quickness, you want to be able to dodge bullets, so I've made sure that I can at least do that. And that should keep me pretty much safe for most of the game. I'm planning to use my drones to, take all the damage for me. So, we need a first name, so I'm gonna go with... I don't know what I'm gonna go with. We need a name here. Let's go... Well, street name, easy. Last name... Thinking of a name is really difficult. So, in the end, I've decided to go with Alexander Craven, because I'm going to be spending most of my time hiding behind cover. Let's go with it. Confirm our name. Jumps right in. A Harebrained Schemes production.
You have one new message.
Hi. It's Raymond. I hope I have the right number. Look, I know we haven't spoken in a while, but I need your help. Remember the day I took you and Duncan off the streets? I told you that the past is just a story, that if you can just accept that, your past loses all power over you. Yeah, I was wrong. I'm on my way to Hong Kong now, to finish something I should have faced a long time ago.
Ominous.
I need you with me. I know we're not blood, and we we didn't leave things in a good place. But you and Duncan are the only real family I have. Please, if our past means anything to you, meet me in Hong Kong right away. I'll explain more when you get here. I'm begging you. I'm almost out of time.
So this is the third game in the Shadowrun game series. Each has its own story, each comes with really good player support. A lot of original stories you can download for yourself, and maybe at some point I will, but right now, well, I want to do the main story, because I still haven't finished it yet, and it might be fun to play through with everyone watching. What I love about this game, it's dripping with atmosphere. You kind of feel, you always have this sense of just how utopian, dystopian this world is. Raymond Black, the old man, gave you a home once, took you and Duncan off the gang-ridden streets of the Barrens, sheltered, educated, slapped sense into both of you, until almost resembled productive members of society. Then you took off, left it all behind, landed behind bars for a time. Tried to start a new life after that, and it's only been 8 years since you heard Raymond's voice. Until, out of the blue, you got this cryptic message, a plea for help. Meet me in Hong Kong, right away. And wire to your account enough nuyen to pay for the flight and then some. The descent is rough, a squall comes out of nowhere, sending a solid sheet of rain punching into the suborbital transport. With the ragged shudder, the plane finally skids to a halt at the edge of the Cheklap tarmac? Yeah, okay, we'll go with that pronunciation. An hour and an indeterminate and see, with that one bit of Chinese, I am tongue-tied. An hour and an indeterminate number of emotionless security checkpoints later, you hail a water taxi to Victoria Harbour. Hong Kong looms ahead, pulsing with energy. Let's get into it. You step from the churning water taxi to the ponderous rocking of the docks. Your stomach is lurching at the transition. As soon as you're clear, the captain nods once and steers the small craft back into the harbour. The man never said a word, just handed you a worn brown duffel bag as you stepped on board, filled with gear, stiff new body armour, and a note, better safe than sorry, D. Above the smog-thick clouds hangs low in the sky, reflecting the lights of the city in a nauseating swirl. The wind changes direction more than once, creating a heavy stew of aromas, diesel, sea salt, street food, and filth. It's all you can do to keep your in-flight meal where it belongs. Two figures stand waiting in the dim light of the pier. The first is an orc, lean, and in-your-face muscles, and a jaw made to break fists. The second is an elf, one hand resting casually against her hip. Raymond Black is nowhere to be seen. Well, don't you look like shit. Duncan Wu, the closest thing you've had to a brother. You haven't seen the man in 8 years, still as charming as ever. He grins. Green's not really your color, Alexander. Doesn't go nice with the new armor I gave you. Oh, we're definitely gonna tough it out. As you open your mouth to respond, something shifts alarmingly in your stomach, a liquid bubbling sensation. Don't know what you're talking about. Must be the harbor lights messing with you. Must be. Guess you've still got some of your old fortitude, at least. He laughs. Considering how much synthethol we used to put down, I'm surprised you couldn't handle a little chop. Anyway, we gotta go find Raymond. I'm just gonna use my own voice for my character. It's too much to be gruff and gritty for everyone. Find Raymond? I thought he'd be here. Never showed up. He's still got that same baritone rasp, had it since he was 12. Wu developed early. No sense standing around then. Where's the meeting place? Not far. Just on the other side of the pier here. He jabs a thumb behind him. The woman standing beside him breaks in. We should get going, Duncan. Head back to the meeting point in case your dad shows up. I can't do female voices, I'm not gonna try. Copy that, Sarge. They're wearing Lone Star body armor. Looks like Duncan Wu's gone private police force. Sarge? The woman taps her chest with an armored finger. Carter. Seattle, Lone Star. I'm Duncan's partner. And superior officer. She grins. I let him carry my coffee for some times, write out my parking tickets, that kind of thing. I figured I could use some backup, didn't know what Ray had got himself into. I wasn't sure if you were going to show up. It's a tough, stuffed remark, but there's an undercurrent of resentment in it. Well, surprise, I'm here. Yeah, well, I wasn't so sure, you know. He shakes his head. Hey, look, I'm glad you're here, Alexander. Seriously, I'm gonna need some time to get used to having you around again. It's been a while since I've heard from you. You know what I mean? Memories of sleepless nights in a lockup flash by, wondering if you'll ever see Duncan and Raymond again, wondering if you even wanted to. And then, stepping out into the daylight suddenly free, the fallout of some obscure corporate restructuring, a few hundred new yen worth of apology from your former jailers, and a decision to start a new life, to leave the past behind. All of it. Until now. I had my reasons. Can we leave it at that for now? Wu stares at you, his goggles reflecting the harbour lights. Sure. He scans the waterfront, frowning. Let's just find Raymond. He was supposed to meet us in the plaza on the other side of this pier. The sooner we find him, the sooner you can all have your big, happy family reunion over dinner. Carter grins. And the sooner I can find a place to get a drink around here. Damn right. Ahead of you, Hong Kong rises, like a serpent-like from the sea. Government and megacorp coiled together, writhing in the basket of institutionalized corruption. No one can tell where the snake's body ends and where the tail begins. That's what Raymond used to say. Duncan turns and starts down the pier. Carter follows. And we begin! So, again, it reminds me very much of the Icewind Dale, Baldur's Gates kind of days. You know, point, click where your characters are. The combat itself is a bit more Suikoden Tactics, or any tactics game that you've played. Or if you've seen Suikoden Tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics. The guard shack at the end of the pier is dark and is empty. Duncan gives the gate a push, but it doesn't budge. Huh, well, that was open early. Duncan frowns. Looks pretty solid. Maybe if you bang your head against it hard enough, it'll open. Ha, maybe. He squints into the guard shack. Strange. That there's no one here though, isn't there? Carter shrugs. Who knows, it's Hong Kong. Not exactly sure how things work around here. Come on, rookie, we can cut through the construction site. I hate it when you call me that. So, cutting through the construction site. Security checkpoint. The gate is locked and the nearby control panel appears accessible. Carter pulls it open with some metallic screech that pierces your skull, sending a new wave of pain down to your churning stomach. She examines the control panel for a moment, then throws Wu a backward glance. Looks like there's another way off the docks on the other side of this gate. I think I can bypass that lock. Let me take a crack at that. Carter steps aside to let you get at the panel. Enjoy. This is a civilian area and the security is light. You bypass the door circuit with ease. The gate rattles open. I'm getting very tongue-tied today, I do apologize for that. So, we're going to make our way nicely through this gate. And now we get to see some of the combat in this game. They are speaking Chinese, too quick for me to actually pick up. The group on the dock was fishing a package out of the speedboat when you surprised them. Now the package is at the bottom of the bay. The speedboat is disappearing into the distance. They close on you, red-faced and yelling. The light of the harbour glints off their weapons as they approach. The leader shouts something in Cantonese, but it's too fast to make out. You're rusty. It's been years since Raymond's house, and the language lesson that would never end. The old man never spoke of anything but his native language at home. Wu speaks with authority. His Cantonese is as solid as ever. He never let it drop. You guys doing some late-night fishing? The smuggler smiles. Oh yeah, we're fishing for assholes. Wu points at their weapons. You're gonna need better bait, or you're gonna catch with that as trouble. Seriously? Did they teach you that in rent-a-cop school? He turns to you with a smile starting on his face, then thinks better of it, turns back to the smugglers. Wu flashes his badge. Lone Star, put the guns down. The smuggler squints at Wu's badge, then smiles at his friends. Never seen a badge like that before. Either it's a fake or some kind of security guard. He grasps his rifle. Either way, this ends the same. I think he's done talking. Okay, we're gonna close the tutorial because I know what I'm doing. There's my gun. So, down in the bottom left here, you've got your selection of weapons. In the right here, I've got a whole series of items I can use. And if I hit T, I can activate my little drone over here. A Doberman Mark II. I'm gonna get him to start shooting things for me, but first, I'm gonna take some cover. Alexander Craven, living up to his name. Turning on drone. I have a gun on this drone. And basic self-repair. Excellent. It's exactly what you want in a drone. So my drone is basically going to keep me alive while I hide in the corner. Because that's the kind of character I like playing. So this game requires, like, the best way to play this game is running from cover to cover, making sure you don't leave your guys in the open, and making sure you don't get flanked. I also take the classic D&D approach of picking an enemy and making sure he's dead, because the easiest way to make sure that you're not getting shot at is to eliminate the amount of opponents you have. It would help if my characters would shoot the enemy. He just whacked my throat! What a dick! Well, now that I'm hiding in the corner, I can shoot this guy with absolute ease. My drone can do the rest of the work. Excellent. We'll run around here for a flank. Duncan. Oops. So, I just made a terrible mistake there. As you can see, when it says 1, that uses 1 action point. You have about 2 action points around. I accidentally, with Duncan, used my second action point to run all the way into cover. Not the greatest move, but I can now, let's see here, mana ball. An explosion. So, hoping to take out as many of these guys. Is that a kill? Yeah, that looks like a kill. Excellent. That's 2 down. Now, I'm not overly worried. This should be a pretty straightforward fight, especially in the positions I've been set. Gonna take a single shot there. Awesome. Carter will heal herself. Oh, I've still got a shot. Of course, 2 action points, so I'll take a pot shot here and hope for the best. There we go. Do you think those guys were Triad? So in combat, you've got that, you know, classic square by square movement, but outside of combat, free running, lot nicer this way. We're going to search these docks and pick up drugs. Because, you know, you never know when you need more drugs. Package was at the bottom of the ocean, so there's no point trying to swim for that. I am not a swimmer. I will build a drone to go fetch it for me. Another gate panel. This one's been vandalized and busted up good. A real nightmare of the repair job. Ruth stares at the fence, considering loops and halls of razor wire glitter in the lamplight. Looks edged with a monofilament. The corporations here don't screw around. Duncan and I have helped plenty of fences before. It'll be fine. She smirks. No, it won't. This is the kind of concertina on prison walls back in the UCAS. Goes through the bone like a propeller through sea foam. Okay, not jumping the fence. Duncan nods in agreement. We aren't touching it. How about it, Carter? Think you can open the gate? She winks at him. What do you think? She eyeballs the job. It'll take me a few minutes, though. Frowning, she leans to get a closer look at the mangled fuse box. A few seconds later, she starts pulling wires and yanking fuses, a look of intense concentration on her face. She's competent. In Cantonese, Alexander. He sounds like Raymond when he does that. Definitely take the sarcastic approach here. The pen of my aunt is sitting on the end table. Satisfied? He shakes his head, continues in Cantonese. You gonna be a dick about this, Alexander? We're in Hong Kong. Only Cantonese from now on. Just like when we lived at Raymond's house. Those endless drills are about to pay off. Just like at Raymond's. He nods once, satisfied, then turns his back to scan the horizon. At least you can still handle yourself in a fight. Did you doubt it? His back still to you? Nope. The silence between you gets louder, heavier, and then it's broken by the sudden wailing screech. Rue's hand goes to his holster. The screech is replaced by the sound of grinding wheels. Glancing over to the console, you see Carter grinning back at you. Got it! And the artwork for these backgrounds, going back to my point, it's just beautiful. It really... The light from the nearby vendor stall stabs into your eyes, triggering a throbbing ache in the back of your skull. You stop short, squinting as a rough voice drifts in the wind. Where's everyone? Where's the damn shipment? Haven't seen them yet. We just got here. The voice becomes irritated. Long Y is probably waiting for us, so we can haul it out the boat for him, that lazy bastard. Let's just get out of here. Let's let him find us. Carter keeps her voice low. Looks like we're on a stroll through Smuggler Central. These gangers don't know we're here. We could probably just slip past. Or we could clip them. They're already looking for us. Might be better to take them out now while we've still got the element of surprise on our side. Next part of the tutorial. Activating combat. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this crate. Go sneak through here. Take my karma. And engage in combat. The drone is on the move. Now, my best bet is to take out this guy first. Oh, I've got a second shot. I will take a shot at him. See, that's the problem. My drones are great, but I suck at combat, so it's better for me to stay away from combat. Get my tank and my mage here to take out everyone for me. Oh, that's crappy cover. That's better cover. That took 2 movements. It's very easy to forget how that you're limited in your movement. It's very easy just to forget that fact. At least I find. Although it might be because I'm not paying enough attention. So, oh, come on. There we go. 1 down. Use one down. So that's it. So I'm going to take a hot shot. Oh no, that's burst fire. So I haven't locked that. That should hit. Ooh, Duncan is taking some serious hits there. I'm going to retreat. My drone, on the other hand, is going to flank them, because that's what the drone's for. I can always replace it with another one. Let's take a single shot here. There we go. We're going to find some better cover. And now we heal Duncan. There we are, back to fighting capacity, and she can... So, on our life bars, we've got our health, and then above it is our armor score. So this strip armor is going to be completely useless against the mage here. So I'm just going to hot shot it with magic. Twice. Oh no, I healed. Oh dear. Okay, start with the drone. Yeah, a mage should never walk that close to someone firing a gun. Especially when it's a drone and doesn't care about aiming penalty. Well, it does care about aiming penalties. Now let's see. These guys are easily smuggling something. And... oh, health kit. I'll take that. But yeah, the drone doesn't care if it's under fire or being flanked. It's a robot. It's not programmed to have fear. Come at me, bro.